Hi, Laura. How are you today?
Hi, Martha. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am so happy to be able to connect with you because we don't know each other personally. So thank you for taking the time to share your journey and your choice of doing PSYCH-K to transform your life with our audience. So let's start by sharing who you are, where you are, and how did PSYCH-K find you?
Okay, my name is Laura Kirkwood. I run my own businesses, KirkysTherapies. Um, so I'm based in Northampton in the United Kingdom. I was born and raised in Zimbabwe in Africa
Oh,
and moved to United Kingdom in 2001. So I've made this my home now. And it must have been around 2003, 2002, 2003, I met Kazi Dare. And she's a very close friend of mine. So when she began teaching PSYCH-K, I was on that course. So I did my first basic in, I think, 2007. And I've gone on to repeat the basic so many times, I couldn't tell you how many. And I've done the advanced integration, the master facilitation. I did the pro when that was available. And just this last year, a year ago, just about, I had the pleasure to meet Duccio on the
okay.
health and well-being program. So I've now incorporated that as well into my PSYCH sessions with people.
Nice. You sound like a lady I met in Spain some years ago when I went to teach there the pro. And she said, if there is PSYCH crochet, I will come and sit for PSYCH crochet. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter what it is, PSYCH, that's where I'm going to be.
absolutely. Yeah.
Beautiful. So in this journey for so many years with PSYCH, if somebody were to ask you today, what is PSYCH? What's your answer?
PSYCH is my remote control, and I can press any channel I want to go in, and my life is a TV screen.
Okay.
So it's a set of processes so easy and so simple that allows you to change beliefs at the subconscious level of your mind, your programming. And by changing those programs, those beliefs, you can change the outcome of your entire life. So it's just the most amazing tool to have.
I agree. I started doing PSYCH when in 2009, and I had done so many other things before. The simplicity, the how practical it is, and the
Yeah,
sustainable
absolutely.
effects that I've experienced in my life. I guess that's why we keep choosing to apply it, to use that control to change
Mm-hmm.
programs. So that's a beautiful analogy. Thank you.
Yeah, just which channel do you want? Is it the right one for you?
Yeah, all the
um,
channels are already playing. It's just a matter
yeah,
of choosing which one.
yeah.
Yeah, nice. And in choosing that using that control, that remote control, how would you say that your life has transformed?
Wow. Yeah. um, it's taken a while to go through the secondary gain, the resistance to changes. So in the early part of my journey with PSYCH-K, it was very slow. I knew it was there, but I had a lot of resistance to making the changes. Um, until about 6 years ago, I had quite a dramatic life event, and PSYCH-K was an amazing gift that I was able to use to take me from that place I did not want to be to that place where I really did want to be. And from that moment onwards, PSYCH-K has really, really helped me to change my self-conscious image, beliefs, my confidence, self-esteem, the belief that I can do what I really always knew I could do, but just didn't quite believe I could. And 6 years later, I'm running a really successful, thriving, and always growing practice.
Mm,
And my whole life is now starting to form into what I wanted it to be in the beginning. So that, I don't know if that quite covers it, but I don't know how else to put it.
yeah, Laura, I think, I hear you because for some people, the results are just like huge and they're super evident, and maybe, you know, they're new to the self-realization process. And some of us have been walking our journey before. And I can understand how some things in my life were very subtle. And at the beginning, I was very happy doing with others. And the subconscious and unconscious resistance to doing my own process was there. And it took a while when you really take that responsibility to say, yeah, I just can't be in this place anymore. And start to realize that you have that power, that the power is not in PSYCH-K, that it is us choosing to look at what you're saying, those secondary gains. But what is it that I'm gaining so much that I'm not willing to change, really, even if my conscious mind says, yeah, you should change that. But you're still kind of with your foot in the accelerator and the brake, because we need to look at those very, I like the word, with a lot of compassion, with a lot of kindness with ourselves. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, because a lot of people think, oh, because this works, you know, 40 million bits per second, the changes should be just like that, and I'm not seeing anything. It takes that patience.
It does. A lot of self-responsibility and acceptance that you hold that remote. It's up to you to press that button. Yeah.
And we press a button, and then divine timing will show us when it's the right moment to see the results, right?
For sure.
So these things that we're talking about are the kinds of doubts that people share with us. Well, I've gone to so many workshops, I've done all kinds of processes, and now I found PSYCH-K either through Bruce Lipton, or I found a video, or somebody recommended it, but I still have doubts. I don't know if this is my path. If somebody tells you that, what would be your advice?
I'd ask them to share why they think that it's not their way and what they think is. And I'd share some experiences of my own, and invite them to look at a few video clips of Bruce Lipton, Rob Williams, and discuss it. And then sometimes, depending on the feel, sometimes it's really good to just say, well, why don't we just try a session, depending on the circumstances. I have in the past said, well, come for a session and see if that works for you and see what you think. And they've always benefited from that. A non-paying session, I mean, depending on the client, on the person I'm working with. And in the end, it's their own choice. It's their own choice. I have to honor that, but I will always say to them, they're free to contact me with any queries. That can come back to me anytime if they change their mind, and just invite them in as a free space, whether they want to take that next step or not. They can still come back in and talk. So generally that helps, I think.
Yeah, I agree that the opening the door for them to choose, offer the information, offer your own journey, which is always will be the most powerful way of sharing PSYCH-K, in my perspective, is our own journey. That speaks more than any book that anybody can read, or any article or whatever. They're going to connect with who you are, with your most authentic self, and they're going to know if you're walking your talk, and then they're going to choose from within. So, and you do sessions, as you were mentioning, in person. Well, not so many right now, but online as well.
Yes, I do. At the moment, with the current pandemic going through, I've had quite a few inquiries into a PSYCH-K session, and I've offered like a free telephone call to explain how this would work over a video link. And they've booked in. So I've had one session last week, and I've another booked in a couple of days' time. So using surrogation to work with people and help them in their journey, it's always fun, and it's really lovely to feel and see their expressions, and the joy at the end of a session. I think, oh my gosh, this was just so good.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you, Laura, for for having the courage to choose to be the most authentic you that you can be, and for choosing to support others who are ready to do the same. We will be sharing your contact info for those who would like sessions with you.
Thank you so much.
This has been lovely, short and sweet and to the point, because that's what we want. We want to keep it simple, which is in the essence of PSYCH-K.
Martha, thank you so much for inviting me to this.
You have a great day in your side of the planet, and maybe one day we'll meet in person.
I know we will. Thank you, Martha. Take care. Thank you again.